Hi there, it's Lucas here with YOGABODY, and I wanted to make you a video about minimal shoes. These are Lems shoes. This is the preferred brand of YOGABODY students and Yoga Talk Show listeners for no other reason except that I'm a big fan. I actually went to meet these guys in Boulder last year. Lems is a minimal footwear company, and if you're not familiar with minimal shoes, there's a whole bunch of different types out there. But the basic principle, you have a few different things happening. One is a wide toe box, which means the actual toe part of your shoe is wide enough for your toes to spread naturally. In a lot of running shoes, in a lot of work boots, cowboy boots, high heels, obviously, your feet are squished up into kind of a triangular shape. And over the span of years and decades, your feet actually assume this messed up formation. It can affect your balance, it can affect your spine, it can affect all kinds of upstream and downstream things, so it's not a good idea. Rule number one, minimal shoes, wide toe box. Rule number two, the minimal part is you just have the minimum amount of support you need. Now that's what I like about these Lems shoes is I run on them, I run off-road, I go hiking in them. A lot of the minimal shoes, they're so minimal that if you step on a piece of glass or a rock or something, you feel it a little bit too much. And so this is minimal for as much as you need. I think this is kind of a really happy medium. They're very light and very squishy. And the third thing about minimal shoes is you have what's called zero drop. And zero drop means the heel and the toe are at 0 degrees. It means it's just a flat line. Whereas almost all running shoes, like if you look at Nikes or you look at any of the crazy New Balances, a lot of them are jacked up, so you actually have this elevated heel. And what this does is this trains you to heel strike when you're running because you have this big pad here. And in the short term, that's no big deal. In the long term, you get this really screwed up walking pattern, running gait. And again, it creates this whole structural imbalance that over years and decades can create all kinds of weird things in your body. It can lead to back pain and all kinds of other problems. Now, when you switch to minimal footwear, it's not like an overnight thing. It's not like instantly your feet are fixed. It's not like instantly you can run and feel comfortable. In fact, when you switch to minimal footwear or barefoot running or any of these zero drop shoes, wide toe box shoes, minimum support, usually your feet will feel sore. A lot of times you'll feel like you walk funny. You might feel like you slap your feet because instead of heel striking, you'll land more in the middle of your foot, which is a more anatomically correct way to walk, and it takes quite a while to retrain. Usually people say about 3 months, might even take you a little bit longer, so be patient. And if you need to, transition back and forth. A couple of things I like about these, I've used all kinds of different minimal shoes, Nike Frees, Merrells, Vibram 5 Fingers, I've used all of them, and I like all of them, but most minimal shoes, the sort of Achilles heel is that they wear out really quickly, and they'll usually rip and tear along the seams or on the ball of the foot. These, I have tons of these, and I think I have 5. This is my 6th pair of Lems shoes, and I've never had any of them have a hole or a tear or any of the glue come out, and I wash all of them as well. So I just put them in the washing machine and I'll air dry them, and they still don't fall apart, which is really, really rare. They do wear out eventually, but normal shoe wear. They don't wear out in funny ways where the seams or the glue breaks like almost all minimal shoes do. They're also not crazy looking, so you can wear these out on the street and you don't look like you're wearing some sort of psycho neon green hot pink thing, which a lot of these running and sports shoes are. So I really like these, really great. I wanted to mention them in the context of our Awesome Toes as well. Awesome Toes are these toe spreaders that I created a few years ago. I didn't think anyone would buy them, and lo and behold, it's one of our most popular products. What these are these natural, basically they're these really soft rubber inserts that you wear. They're toe spreaders, toe spacers. You wear them between your toes, carefully put your sock over, put them inside a wide toe box shoe like a Lems, and you can walk, you can run, you can move around in them. Now, when we first started making these, people were just using them while they were watching TV, and that works, but it's like 10, 15 times more effective when you add some impact. So walking, running, when you have your toes in those toe spreaders and then you're adding impact, it restructures your foot very, very quickly, and students notice very dramatic results. From not being able to spread their feet to being able to spread their feet, from having little to no dexterity to being able to articulate each of their toes. It doesn't happen overnight, but it happens shockingly fast. If you're somebody who wears high heels, if you're somebody who's stuffed your feet into shoes that were too small, if you've been wearing jacked up heel angle shoes for many, many years, I'd encourage you to check out Awesome Toes and wear them inside something like a Lems with a wide toe box. And I would encourage you to start with 1 to 2 hours per day. Don't go crazy, don't wear it for 15 hours a day. Your feet will literally ache, but that can be a really good place to go. I don't have any affiliation with these guys. I went to visit them, I'm just kind of a fanboy and I wear all their shoes. But if you have questions or comments down below, I'll link up to the Lems site down below as well. I'd love to hear your questions or your comments or feedback. I know a lot of YOGABODY students are wearing these and liking them as well. If you have other shoes you'll like, I'd love to hear about those too. Thanks so much, and I will talk to you soon.